to die. I forgot how many thousand people had reported that their car wouldn't do nothing. Electric cars.
Yeah, that ain't, them electric cars said that ain't the way to go. Anybody with common sense knows that's not the way to go.
Well, Keith, there's a lot of people that ain't got no sense at all, let alone common sense, and they'll buy whatever hits the market so they can be, on the top shelf and brag on. Pat yourself on the back, well, I got me a brand new Tesla $70,000 car. I'm going to go to Florida. They get about 100 miles down the road and it dies on me, No, that ain't for me. And all them people stranded up there now on them old electric cars, and ain't no way they gonna run till spring of the year. It's so cold up there now, it's like 20 below zero. And that'll kill a battery in no time if you don't keep it warmed up.
Oh, I know it. That's true. People's discovering that you can't get them wet. You can't get them too cold. You get them wet, you get them too cold, they start telling, it's just that they're okay in the city. It's okay if you want to run them in the city and you keep them warm, but they have set houses on fire. Them Tesla cars have set houses on fire when they parked in the basement.
Well, I heard some guys talking on 40 meters yesterday. I hadn't had a radio on today till I turned this one on here. Heard y'all talking. But yesterday I heard them talking about, said the Biden administration has spent $5 billion on charging stations, and so far they've only got one charging station working, no more. And the guy said, wonder what they're doing. He was talking to, he said, I ain't tell you exactly what they're doing. They're putting that damn money in their bank account. They were in Switzerland or Germany or somewhere. They ain't planning on putting no more charging stations. I just tell you, it kind of sniggered, because it's probably the truth.
Yeah, one doubt it'll be. It probably is the truth.
I tell you what, the public, I'm going to say 80% of the public is not as stupid as them idiots up there in Washington think they are. They've done so much crooked crap now, everything they touch is crooked, Well, they take that $5 billion and split it up between all the Democrats in Washington. They all probably got $10 or $15 million apiece. Well, that's $5 billion, a lot of money. So ain't no telling what they got, but probably Biden got 20% of that.
Who's the big guy? One down a bit. Yeah, that's right. He's the big guy. That's right.
Yeah, the big guy, 10%. But he probably got 20 on that, or maybe 30 or 40, but I need to be checking on where that $5 billion went. Ain't built but one station.
Every time they try something, building solar cells, building batteries, or trying to say this is the Green New Deal, it always winds up costing the taxpayer don't benefit nobody. It's just wasted money. That's what it comes right down to. That's been going on for many years now. That's crazy. Crazy cutting down trees to put up solar cells. That's defeating your purpose there. I mean, it's yeah, I know it. It's the only thing you can say. It's just crazy. And then windmills. I understand they're starting to take windmills down in some areas because if that windmills ain't built right, when the wind is blowing too fast, they catch fire. They're not governed down right when the wind blows real hard, and some of them falls down and catches fire up. I've seen a lot of that on TV, and of course them things are dangerous. I don't want to live around one of them big old windmills. If they fall down on you, but I know they put them out in the field, but they've had a lot of problems out of them daggone windmills because it's the type that they build. There's one type of windmill that's pretty efficient, and they don't give no problems, but they made like a gigantic, you know what a 55-gallon drum looks like, 55-gallon drum, and it's got flaps or ears cut out on the side, and the thing rotates around in a circle. And those type are real good. They use them up in Alaska. They get real good service out of them. But they don't build them down here in the lower 48. But it's just crazy what they're doing. It's just plumb stupid and a waste of money.
Well, they got some in California. They're set up on a hill, and they work like a mixer. It's got a blade. Well, it's not a blade. It's made like a gutter on a house. You know the way they're made for the water. Only it's bigger, and it goes around and around and around horizontal. And they work pretty good. That's up in Northern California where all them mountains is, you know. Up in the Sacramento area and you know that part of California. I don't know about the Redwood country, but I'm talking about Northeast California. I've seen a bunch of those things. They look like egg beaters. That's the way they work, and they make a funny sound. You can hear them things if you're riding up the road in the summertime with your windows down. Well, they make more noise than the diesel engine in your truck. You can hear them things just whistling, man. It's KV4KQI 28.
Yeah, okay there, Johnny. Yeah, KG4H.
And in Southeast California, coming from Los Angeles on Interstate 10, when you get over there, it's El Centro, no, that ain't right. Anyway, it's southeastern California. They've got windmills that's 100 or 150 feet tall sitting on the side of those hills down there. There must be a couple of 300 of them right along Interstate 10 there, and you can hear those things humming, and I don't know how those people live around them windmills, but pulled in a little fuel stop there. I wish I could remember the name of that town, but it's about the last one that you go into, or the first one that you come to when you come out of Arizona into California. It's not very far from the Arizona border. They got windmill farms there, just hundreds of acres of those things. And I pulled in the truck stop there because they had an Arby's in a speed Way or a Pilot, something like that. It's been a long time ago. Can't remember what the name of it was. But they had a Hardee's roast beef in there, you know, and I told my wife, I said, let's pull in here and get us a roast beef sandwich before we get on into L.A. She said, that sounds like a deal. Man, we got out of the truck and I never heard such a whistling and a grinding and a carrying on. And I said, what in the world is that noise? And I got to looking around. I said, it's these that blame windmills. How does these people stand this noise? I mean, it was terrible. That old boy that worked in the fuel desk there told me that some of them windmills had 100 feet span. The propeller or whatever you want to call it was 100 feet one way from the center and 100 feet the other way. The L's on it was 200 feet from end to end on them windmills, and they was 150 or 60 feet tall, and they still looked like they was a half a mile long to me, you know, but they really make a lot of noise. They've got a bunch of those things in West Texas too, or did have. I don't know if they're still there or not, but they got a bunch of them down there on I-10 in West Texas. Out there just a little past El Paso. There's a bunch of them on the south side of the interstate there. Of course, the wind blows out there 40 miles an hour about all the time. You can get out of your truck because there's no trees or anything there to stop that wind. They about blow you down. You have to walk sideways to keep the wind from blowing you away.
Roger. Well, they make them old whooshing sounds. Them old propeller type blades, they make a whooshing sound.
Yeah, but those big old generators on the top of them make a lot of funny sounds too. It's like a humming noise, a real sharp noise.
Them things are top heavy, so they're made out of fiberglass, and they're not made very strong. Hydroelectric and coal-fired, gas-fired, coal-fired, and hydroelectric is but the best. You know, it's the best. You don't have to rely on them daggone wind generators. Wind generators might be okay for small communities. You know, battery banks. You know, solar cells. Well, with solar cells and even with the windmills, you still got to have battery banks, you know. But, and then they claim they can make that cold fusion, which is pretty safe now, unlike the old nuclear power plants of years ago, which were very dangerous and still are very dangerous. But they don't have to go the routes that they're going. Anyhow, taxpayers gonna pay for it. We're gonna pay for it out of the Yazoo. We're gonna have to pay for it, so that's the way it goes.
KB 4KQI 1230.
They shouldn't have to go that way, but that's the way it goes. KJ48.
That's down to 19 degrees here now, Keith.
Yeah, that's what we got. We got, what is that? Let me look at it better. Yeah, we got 19.4.
Well, the picture I'm looking at ain't got the tents on. It's just 19. Probably the one I got up here on the wall. It's got a picture that goes out. I've had that thing probably close to 30 years. I bought it in a TA truck stop in Ontario, California, I believe is where I bought it. And it's got ice warning on it, and it really works. If you get close to ice, that thing will go to ringing. I don't know how that actually works. It's got a little old round thing about the size of it ain't half the size of a dime, with a wire going from the head of it out there, and it's got inside, outside temperature. You just smash a button. And I've had that thing. It takes one AA battery and it lasts about a year and a half. And it's accurate with the Alexa over here, or on my telephone. If I look to see what the temperature is, it's within a degree of it, so that's pretty good. The head's got the tents on it, but this one here on my other deal here is just 2-digit readout. Goes outside is 24.6 degrees. Now, that's probably what it is here, but this weather that comes on Alexa and on my phone comes from the National Weather Service in Shreveport. I can't tell no difference as far as being out there in 24 or 19. All that feels the same to me. I like Rick about that.
Now, where is Rick at?
I'm here. It's 7 degrees here.
Okay, we got 19. Me and Johnny's got 19.
Well, Johnny, I went ahead and pulled the trigger on that tuner today.
I knew you was going to do it in the near future. I didn't know that. Well, that's a good deal. Now, what you going to do now if it don't do no different than the one you got? You going to say, well, ain't nothing wrong with the one I got?
Yep, but I believe there is something wrong with the one I got.
Well, I tell you what, it's still under warranty, so when you get the new one and put it in line and it don't do like the old one, I'd call them and send that thing back, tell them it wasn't working, that you'd bought another one and it worked better, but they didn't fix it right.
Yeah, it's warranted for 2 years.
Well, I ain't had no trouble with mine, but I don't run as much power as you do either.